And so once the opener's done, and then it's your guys' turn, what is sort of going through your mind when from the time you're going up on stage to, throughout the whole show? I'm sure, you've been performing for some years now. How, like, do you still get nerves? What's going through your mind sort of as you're taking the stage and throughout the performance?
Yeah, I definitely do still get nerves. I love it though. I've figured out that whenever there's a show that I don't have nerves for, it typically ends up being like one of my not so great shows. And I feel like it's because I'm too comfortable or like I kind of lose that edge of like needing to prove myself or something like that. But whenever
Yeah,
there's, I think this is why I love opening slots is that the crowd's not there for you and your job is to win them over.
yeah,
So you have like a 45-minute slot to just go all in. Like you don't need a rest, you don't need a break, you're just like rocking the whole time.
right.
Um, so I love doing that. And it's super nerve wracking whenever you have a bunch of people that are going to be staring at you and probably judging you. There's going to be some people who don't like you, and you just have to accept that. Um, but the shows that I'm most nervous for typically end up being the most fun shows and the shows that end up being the best, I have noticed. Um, and sometimes they're the fastest shows that we, as far as tempo
Yeah.
goes, and that's not necessarily good, but we're working on that.
Right. So, talking about kind of tempo and when you're on stage, what is that sort of communication level like with the guys? Like, you'll probably have a set list laid out in front of you, so you know what songs you're playing. But in the context of a song, do you guys have to like, you obviously nonverbal communication, but do you give each other a look to signal like, hey,
Mm.
going right, or that was good, or is it all just kind of you're in your own sort of space and you've rehearsed it enough that it just sort of flows naturally?
No, there's a lot of nonverbal communication going on, like a lot of looks, um, especially like whenever we're going to like new parts and stuff. But the hardest ones and the most fun ones are like whenever we go into like kind of jam sections that are slightly structured, but not
Yeah,
fully. So it's like we don't know exactly where we're gonna go with it, but we know roughly how long it's gonna be. So like figuring out like if Tyler plays like this lead line and then I'll like play a different like root note and arpeggio to kind of give it a different context. He may give me a look of like, okay, this is cool. Where are we gonna take this now? So that part is always growing as you just get tighter with playing with each other. So like me trying to figure out TJ's hits and like what he tends to do. I'm getting more and more acquainted with that.
yeah,
Um, and same with Tyler with like where he tends to take his lead lines at. So there's a lot of like musical communication as well, which is the harder stuff, but it's also super fun.
right.
And whenever you're all on the same page, it's like otherworldly, man. It's like not even us doing it. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's like celestial, like you're saying.
It is,
Definitely,
yeah.